first semi-final has thrown the big two stars of the American trials together, Maurice Greene and Michael Johnson. Greene going in lane 4, Johnson in lane 5. This is the clash, of course, everyone's been waiting for in the final. First of all, they have to negotiate their way through here. First 4 to go through. Greene, all in green, storming round the top bend, already up on Michael Johnson. Johnson taking it easy around that top bend. Not usual to see that outside Johnson. John Capel going very well. These three just beginning to pull away from the rest. Capel, Johnson and Greene. They're going to go through, looking round now, checking out, making sure they're easily qualified. Kobe Miller got the 4th spot. That was all very comfortable.
It certainly was, Steve. And if John Capel never does anything else in his athletics career, he's going to turn around one day and say, I beat the world record holder for the 100 meters, the world record holder for the 2 and the 4, Michael Johnson. And it's not often that Michael Johnson has to come back to athletes, but he went past Greene here with about 50 meters to go. John Capel looks inside him. A tremendous run by him at 20.03, and what a final we've got in prospect.
There's the results. Capel 20.03, Johnson 21.4, Greene 20.3. The times are irrelevant. All the talking now has to stop. The two of them, well, like heavyweight boxers trying to stare each other out.
Maurice Greene drawn in the second lane in this 200 meters final. Brian Lewis doesn't appear to the first lane. Too tight for him, he says. He's withdrawn. Rockenboer, he's in the third lane, 5th in the 100 meters final here. He's got the lane inside. Michael Johnson. Johnson, the defending champion, a world record holder. 19.32 in winning the Olympic title in Atlanta in 1996. One of the great performances. John Capel, a world 21, a footballer, enjoys athletics. That's the official line. Fastest performer in the semi-finals at 20.03, and he looked better than that. Bernard Williams is drawn in the 6th lane, the Pan American champion over 100 meters. Outside him, Floyd Hurd. This is 13 years on from his first sub-20-second run. You could say his experience, now 34 years old. Outside him, Kobe Miller, one of the world's most improved sprinters last season. World Student Games champion in this event. So then, the big confrontation. Greene in 2, Johnson in 4. The newcomer, John Capel, in 5. The final of the men's 200 meters. No problems with the start, and right on the outside, Kobe Miller going well, so is Floyd Hurd, and look at this, right on the inside, John Capel going well, and Capel, Johnson's gone! Oh, Johnson's gone, and so has Maurice Greene. The two principals have gone, and well, there's a new kid on the block, Capel coming through, and Capel holding on in the centre of this lineup, and Capel wins it. Oh, look at the time, 19.84, a sensational outcome to this 200 metres final. Johnson out on the track, didn't impress on Capel, pulled up, looks like cramp from here. That's the sort of treatment they're giving. Now what's Greene done? Has he pulled the muscle? Has he ruined his chance of Olympic honours? We'll see. But that was an astounding and sensational outcome to this final. Everyone expected the confrontation, but in the end there's a new kid on the block, a footballer at 21 years old who's run 19.84 unofficial. And that was something else.
Well, high drama. Greene and Johnson both going out. A lot of pain as well. It won't just be the fact that he's not going to run in the 200 meters. What will this do for his chances at 400? How serious is this injury? It looks like a hamstring pull there. Grabs the back of his leg. Maybe a few days before we'll find out. And then just a few seconds later, in lane 2, he must have seen what happened. Maurice Greene then pulls up.
Well, let's, looking at this, bring you up to date with the result. Capel, 1985, Hurd, 1988, Miller, 1996.
The world of sport is definitely an unpredictable one. Atto, we came here today. We never would have written that script.
I certainly could. No, I don't think anyone in the building could have predicted that not only America's, potentially best 200-meter runner, but also their second best. And that's why these U.S. Olympic trials are considered one of the best track meets, if not the best track meet in the world, because everyone gets a lane and a number, and that's it, and that's all you have. And it's a shame, but that's the way the trial system works here.
But what happened today for both of them to pull out injured? Was that physical, or was there a mental factor there as well?
I think when you see both guys who have talked for 3 or 4 months at length, I think that it's a combination of both. It's very hot out here, but I think that I saw each of them make mistakes. Maurice, I thought, made a mistake in not running as hard as he should have in the semifinal, which put him in lane 2. That's the most difficult lane to run from, I think, on this track because the lanes are so wide. Michael, I think, made a mistake in the first round by getting caught up in John Capel and running him down and running away from him in a first round where 1989 meant nothing. So here you have Michael running 1989 in the first round, and he can't finish. So I think that Capel actually ended up being the smartest guy. He's the U.S. champion. He'll be going to Sydney as the U.S. representative.
Now, the biggest question mark now, this just demonstrates the U.S. selection process. If it goes wrong, it goes badly wrong.
Because now, of course, you have a problem with the U.S. 4x4. I mean, Michael has gone to hospital, so we don't know what the severity of his injury is. Maurice Greene, who knows what this does to their 100-meter chances, although I suspect that Maurice just had a cramp. But, yes, like you said, when this thing goes wrong, all the chips fall, and they fell here this afternoon.
Now, out of disappointment for some people, they put a little smile on their face. Atto Boldon, arguably, has become favourite to be Olympic champion now.
As a track fan, I knew that Michael and Maurice had the American public's attention this afternoon, and it was very important for them to have a good race. That's as a track fan. As a competitor, the way I see it is the Sydney field has weakened, and therefore I have to now become aggressive and know that, I was thinking that gold medal was mine anyway, but definitely now there can be nothing less than gold in Sydney.
And the Olympic Games final cannot be as dramatic as that, surely.
Certainly, and that's why the Olympic trials are sometimes, in some cases, better than the Olympic Games itself, because Maurice and Michael Johnson will watch the 200 final and hopefully me win from the stands.
Atto, thanks for joining us. What an Olympic trials. It's been incredible just to be here. The next Athletics on BBC is on Tuesday. We're live in Stockholm for the Grand Prix there. And Athletics Focus will be back live at Crystal Palace next Saturday, just before the Norwich Union Grand Prix. We'll see you then.